The human brain is a miracle of evolution. It's the most complicated object in the known universe. But to understand how it works, we really need to know how it evolved. The reason why we're able to learn new tasks and carry them out automatically lies here. It's a part of the brain called the cerebellum, or little brain, because it sticks out right at the base of the brain proper. Here are stored the practice movements we all learn, be it riding a bike, playing the piano, or even fixing a satellite. The human brain uses up more energy to run than any other organ in the body, burning a whopping 1/5 of the food that we consume. This makes the head hotter than the rest of the body, shown here by a heat-sensitive camera. We invest so much in the brain because of its importance. It's what makes each one of us who we are. It's amazing to consider that I'm holding in my hands the place where someone once felt, thought, and loved. From just looking at it, there's nothing to suggest very much ability at all. It appears rather gruesome, wrinkled like a walnut, and with the consistency of mushroom. For centuries, scientists have been battling to understand what this unappealing object is all about. Go deeper into this tangle, travel along a single neuron, and take a close look at the junction with its neighbor. Oddly, the neurons are not physically joined together at all. There's a tiny gap. To bridge this gap, the neurons release minute quantities of chemicals every time they fire, chemical go-betweens that influence our thoughts. So, it's teams of neurons acting in unison that give us all our skills. Each team, based in a particular region of the brain, takes on a different responsibility. From our most advanced human abilities such as language and memory, to the more basic ones, like movement.
Para melhor entender o que se passa dentro desta fantástica máquina que nos comanda.
A epilepsia, portanto, pode ser entendida como uma doença do nosso cérebro que resulta de um desequilíbrio entre populações neuronais que, no fundo, ficam hiperexcitáveis. Isto é, produzem, de alguma forma, uma descarga elétrica que pode ficar circunscrito numa determinada área ou pode, eventualmente, propagar-se a outras áreas.
E acontece que na epilepsia essa forma de funcionar em conjunto das células está alterada e é isso mesmo causa as manifestações de epilepsia, que as células que habitualmente não têm a tendência a funcionar todas ao mesmo tempo, começam a sincronizar-se todas ao mesmo tempo, e se tudo se sincroniza ao mesmo tempo, há uma explosão, digamos assim.
E isso dá origem, no fundo, a duas formas diferentes de epilepsias. As epilepsias que nós chamamos de epilepsias generalizadas, quando aparentemente todo o córtex cerebral está envolvido nessa descarga, versus, contrário, às epilepsias focais, onde, aparentemente também, só uma zona restrita do cérebro está envolvida, pelo menos desde o início, nessa descarga.
Since it was the only way to tackle his epilepsy, Harrison's left hemisphere was completely removed. But normally, the left side of the brain is vital for speech, and it controls the movement of the right side of the body. How badly would its removal affect him? For 3 days after the operation, Harrison was unconscious.
All of a sudden, he just made a movement to get up, and I just grabbed him and he just started talking. I then knew that he was out of this almost comatized state. He spoke. When he finally came round, for the first time in 6 years, he put 4 words together as a sentence, and that was instant. His speech was so much better.
Dennis Saenz is a Vietnam veteran. Every day is a battle with his emotions.
My concentration's lousy. My emotions are I try not to get too close to people, including my wife and family, because to open up to them is I find destructive. The hopelessness, the death. If I, today I die, so what,
How can the terror he experienced in Vietnam have had such long-lasting effects on his brain?
So the Blue Brain Project is a small little attempt to start driving this concept, this field of simulation-based research for neuroscience, where the overall goal is to reverse engineer systematically the brain, or a piece of the brain, to database it. How should it be databased? How should you name the data? How should you organize the data? And it has to be done in a way that you can automatically build models. If you're going to build a brain in the future, build a model of the brain of 100 billion neurons, you cannot do that manually. You need algorithms to crawl the data and to make decisions and to build models. So you need a process, you need a pipeline, you need a way to integrate databasing with the structure of the data and with what you want to end up with, and ultimately end up with a platform we call simulation-based research. Now, simulation-based research, just to emphasize again, it's really taking experiments, doing the reverse engineering, applying theory to try to put the data together, and informatics, doing simulations on supercomputers, because that's why this is possible now, is because we're getting into the era of where supercomputers now are affordable for doing life science research.
I would need 100 years of computing on my laptop to equal 1 day of computing on Intrepid. The Intrepid system is a 556 teraflop Blue Gene P connected through a 10 gigabit switch to a very large disk system, about 8 petabytes. So we have 40 racks of Blue Gene, and that makes about 163,000 cores, which is a mind-boggling number. It's really the most parallel machine of its kind on the planet, and it's the fastest open science platform right now in the world. The DOE set up a nationwide competition through a project called Insight that allows the best computational science to get time on the machine. We have about 20 large projects right now on our machine, ranging from simulating the heart of a dog and the arrhythmias that happen, all the way to stars.
Molecular dynamic simulations can help us understand the cause of diseases and, in some cases, help design new pharmaceuticals, new medicines that might be able to attack those diseases.
And they'll start being able to model therapies for Parkinson's. What drugs might be possible that would inhibit Parkinson's?